Hey there guys, this is Andrew Toronto. I want to come at you guys with a Party City video here. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this is because I'm currently considering opening up a short position on this company. Because I don't understand what's going on in this stock price, and I think the stock price is extremely overvalued right now, and I think it should be sold for what you have here. I think that the stock price is not a good indication at all for anything. I think that there is just not, in my opinion, good reasons to consider this stock fair value at all. Given what they've done over the last 5 years, given their max have kind of just been falling since IPO, and I mean, they were already sort of, prior to 2020, they sort of were dead cat bouncing, and I have a good feeling that they're just going to crash. They're just not a good company. I mean, I've been to Party Cities, by the way, and these things they're just the absolute worst. I hate these things. They're filthy. They obviously don't invest in their company. They don't care about who they hire. The employees are always surly. They're just very there's the price, the margins can't be good. I mean, you can't sell for at a high price, so you end up having to not be able to invest, so you don't have really a luxury mode. And on top of that, you also have a closing mode. You have a mode that's disappearing because you have Target, you have Walmart, you have Amazon, you have giant retail chains that all can do what you're doing better, faster, stronger, and you don't have the balance sheet to stay competitive. So in my book, I would say that this is definitely something that is going to fall. I think it's going to fall quite dramatically. When we look at the finances and we look at the key indicators, this is the ROE, and this is my most important number, and we're really seeing an absolute awful ROE here. Return on investment is really, really bad. Return on equity, the return on assets has gone down from 2016 to 2017 to 2018 to 2019, has seen nothing but declines in overall percentages. So it's really been just an absolute shit show, really, to be honest with you. 2016, they were at least above water. 2017, we saw a reduction in their ability to kind of grow that. And then 2018, they were still above water, but hardly, but they were still obviously going down 44%. And then 2019, they were actually, return on equity is negative 14%, and they were down 500%. And then 2020, 16%. And I think the only reason that they had a year-to-year change that was, I guess, slightly less than the drastic movement between 2018 and 2019 was due to their there may be some capital raises or something. I haven't looked too far into it, but I still think that there is a reason to not be too optimistic about this company, and reasons for it to not be nearly where it's at. I mean, its book value per share has gone down dramatically, which, I mean, they've released many shares. I mean, their book value per share right now, by the way, is 68 cents, and they're currently trading at $9. Like, they're this company that's going to fucking blow it out of the water, which just simply is not the case. So their debt to asset, I guess, isn't too awful, but we look at their net margin, cash flow per share. That's a little interesting. I mean, they seem to have been able to generate quite a bit of cash during 2020, which is honestly a little sketch, to be honest with you. Let's go look at some press releases. Insiders, this was a change of ownership of stock, and we can see right here that they, let's see here, priced 903. I can only imagine that this was a sell. Yeah, was it code S? Acquired or disposed of. So yeah, they're selling big amounts of shares right here, and this is Harrison J. So they're selling at this price, guys. So you have insight. And by the way, this just so you know, this is kind of a cold reading. I just was looking at this the other day while I was going through Party City. And by the way, go to your local party fair, your Party City, whatever. They're disgusting establishments. They're absolutely awful. They're one of these, like, the worst things I've ever seen. And honestly, I do not see this company making it past the next decade. I would say if you can buy long-term put options on this company for about maybe I would say probably put them at about like, maybe do a little bit out of the money, a little bit more expensive, just to be safe at about $10. I think you'd be set to go. But let's see here. I mean, you could do something even unsafe and still be fine, honestly, like a $5 put. But yeah, there was a big sell-off here in late May, and I'm thinking that was only about a week or so ago. And this one right here, I mean, there was an acquiring from Rashad Reginald, but it doesn't seem like they paid any sort of price. It looks like they just gathered the shares. So or was from some sort of deal. So I think it's definitely something we want to really bring up, guys, that, this is not a company that's doing extremely well, and they're also down 56% off of since their IPO. And they're not really innovating at all. I mean, they're not doing anything that's different. They're not changing anything. They're not changing their business model. You go to Party Fair, you go to Party City, they don't have a moat. They have every quality of a poor investment, and their chart is screaming in the 3 months as if they're this new great thing that deserves some sort of recognition, when in reality it really doesn't. I mean, it really doesn't, guys. I mean, I don't. I mean, I think when you're a good investor, you'll realize this as time goes on, that it is good to be a bull, but it is also good to realize when something is at its peak, or not at its peak, but at this part in the market cycle when you could feel confident in shorting it. And this is a company that I do feel confident in shorting. Obviously, every company goes in through cycles, so you'll probably be right even if it's a good company. However, I do think that this company is extremely overvalued at $9 a share. Was just sold off in big chunks by an insider. And then on top of that, there was also just a general lack of ROE, a lack of ROA. And by the way, just so you know what that means return on equity and return on assets. And all of these things are all going to be paramount to big indicators that this company is failing. And then not to mention, it's a retail chain, so you can literally go to their stores and see how awful these pieces are. I'm talking stains on the carpet. I'm talking shelving design that is just, archaic. No real sense of okay, this goes here because of this, or this goes here because of this. No, it's simply just, this is where the things are, and we're just going to keep them here. And that's about it. Nothing like, maybe this seller, this, that. And you could be like, oh, well, where's everyone going to get their party stuff when they need it? I mean, let's be honest, guys. I mean, we're entering a digital age, and, if Party City isn't going to be able to keep up with Amazon, which it just simply isn't, there are certain retail chains that have what we call a brand moat, and that brand moat is going to be able to carry them through it. So they can just be like, listen, if you want to buy our brand, if you want our brand on your body, you have to come to our store, right? Which they can survive through that brand mode, or at the very least adopt their business model until they have to change it, and they can still generate the income to stay afloat. But Party City isn't someone who can do that. Party City isn't. No one's like, oh, listen, man, I got to get my party supplies at Party Fair. That's the only place I get them. They've always done me right. No one's ever said that. So it's one of those things where they don't really have a brand moat. They don't have something that's going to be incredible. So I think it's one of those. It's a very easy call on my decision. I will definitely, I think within the next month or so, start opening up short positions. I think it's going to probably go down over the next month as well. So I would like to open them now, but I also think it's good to wait and sort of see and kind of watch until I feel like pulling the trigger. But it's definitely something I would really consider opening up, and it's a position that I'm about 90% sure I'll also open. I will let you guys know in the Discord when I do open up that position and how well I do on that position, and keep you guys up to date. So yeah, please join the Discord, and also join my Patreon, which I really appreciate you guys for doing. So thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.